Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the A.M.T. 1968 Shelby GT-500 in 1/25th scale we've been working on here. And we are going to flock the floor tonight in this, on this model. And also there's a little bit of flocking that I'm going to do on the sides of the console, because that's carpet up to where the little console lid is, according to the real car. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I already marked right here. I don't know if you can see that line. Oh yeah. I ended up putting the seats in the center console in there, put the dash board in there, and I got the right spacing that it needs to be at. And then I made this line because I only want to flock halfway up the drive shaft hump, and leave the top unflocked so that the glue and everything, I'll have to remove some paint, but that way it'll adhere better. But everything else is going to get flocking here, here, and then halfway up the firewall, of course, and a little bit of, there's a little strip under the door that we're going to do. So, without any further ado, let's get right to it. Hopefully I stay focused in shot here. I did zoom in a little more than I usually do to try to give everybody a closer look at what's going on here. But for this one, I think we'll start with, let's just do the interior tub. I'm just going to go ahead and squirt some of the glue onto the floor area. Now I'll add some as needed. I got a bigger brush here, and I will go ahead and apply that. Now my glue looks weird. It's been sitting for a while evidently. But I am going to be fairly... it's like... I've seen it do that before. Like I said, there's a little bit... The kick panel does not get glue. By kick panel, I mean that little side part. I'll show you here in a little bit. Doing delicate work here. I probably should have squirted a little bit out of there. It squirted kind of hard at first out of the bottle. I'm just kind of pushing it into the places that I want it to go. So far, so good. Get a little bit better. There we go. You can always add more glue where that's getting thin there, but I'm trying to push it up against the bottom of the door panel to get where I need it. It's a little bit. There we go. Kind of like that, kind of riding up the door a little bit. I'm going to get some more glue in there. Hopefully this Starts looking a little better. Yeah, it's starting to look more like glue now. I noticed when I did the Cadillac Brougham, the thicker the glue was, the better it. The flock adhered. This is really runny. So this might take a while to dry. But I tried to get it on the bubbles out of it. I don't know, is there a shelf life to Elmer's glue? Let's put some over here, see if it looks any better. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Top kind of separated, evidently. Push it in there. Let's see, is this gonna work better? Then the more it sits, it'll level out a little bit. Push it a little closer to the seat. The bottoms of these seats are really shallow compared to other models that I've built. There we go, let's push it on up there. And we're seeing our ejector pin marks disappear. I'll know better for next time to squirt a little bit of glue out before I start it. There we go, go up the door a little bit. Awesome. Toward the seat. There we go. And then we'll just go over the hump here. I got plenty of glue, so. Go. Make sure that I don't lift it up. Getting closer to the seat. We'll get a little bit closer, but I want to get some on the firewall here before I get too carried away. Something like that. The toughest part is going to be around the pedals and everything. I'm going to put this brush over here and switch to the smaller one, I think. I'm going to try to paint up that. This will be the hardest part. I don't really want to cover my pedals, but I want to get plenty on there so that it will adhere to it. Alright, now we're getting somewhere here, and you're probably not seeing too much of anything, but kind of got to hold it in an angle where I can actually see what I'm doing. Then if anything does get on the seats or the pedals or whatever, I can always take something and kind of scrape it off a little bit. I'm just going to get the tops of the firewall here. Where it slopes up a little bit. And we shall I'll do a little bit more where the seat was. In fact, I'm going to get my little paper square that I usually do here, and we'll just put a little on there because that'll make the council part easier to do too, I think. Excuse me. A little under the weather again. Okay. I'm going to go a little bit higher up the... I'm going to bring it up a little over that bump, just a little bit more. Try to get the bubblies out. What I found that worked best during the Cadillac one was to get the glue on and then sprinkle it on there and just kind of pack it down. Worked better. Just want to make sure that I get enough. I think I got plenty of glue in there. It's going to take a good while to get that before that dries, I think. All right. So let's go ahead and grab some of our flock, and I'm not even going to be very clean about it. Did I stay in camera somewhat? Yeah. Looks like I need to do a little bit more by this seat though. Need to get it closer on this part. There we go. Especially where I want to make sure there's plenty of glue where you're going to see it the most. The middle part's going to be hidden by the seat, but this part behind it is where that flock's really going to be exposed. So that's the part I want to see with the flock on it for sure. I think we should be good. I'm just gonna make a mess here, basically. And this is all I did for the Cadillac. Just kind of filled the area in really good because you can really bury it. That way I can squish it down good and pack it into that glue. And it once it's dry, turn it upside down, dump the excess out. And you have yourself a flocked floor. And if you don't put enough flock in there and you try to squish it down, then you run the chance of pushing the flock away and getting that, just making a gluey mess, flocky mess. So I pack it, see, like that, a little bit on the firewall there where I had it excessive. You can see it on my thumb right there. But once you get it packed in and let it dry, like I said, you dump it upside down. That's why I got the sheet of paper under here too, so that I can recollect it and use it again in the future. I'm gonna add a little bit more to that part that bubbled up. I'm gonna push it in between the pedals and everything. I'm basically using the layer of flock to push down. I'm not squishing down hard enough to smear the glue around, hopefully. But there. It's a flocky mess, but like I said, in a day or two, I'm going to let it dry for a couple days before I try to get the excess off. And then we'll see how it looks. So I'll put that off to the side, and we shall do the seat portion and the console, excuse me. And what they did there is there's a line there for the flip up console, but I taped off the seat. We're going to put some glue in between there. We'll go up to that line and then do the side portion here. The middle is going to be wood grain, all in this middle indention part. And then where this ribbed part is on a lot of the cars that I see online, some of them are just the vinyl, but then some of them have like the stainless trim around it, and I'm probably going to bare metal foil around the perimeter just to give it an extra to copy them vehicles. But I'm going to use my smaller brush here, and then I'm going to paint in between the seats, hopefully. This is the one I'm not too sure, since I don't have a you kind of just got to dab it. It's really hard to get the glue real thick on it. I'm going to try to. Hopefully it won't turn out real spotty looking. But I noticed that with my first attempt at flocking, I just did a thin glue layer, and it was very spotty looking, the flocking. And it's not always easy to something this small of a scale, especially like this part here. I could have probably just left it unflocked, and but I figured give it a try. If it ends up spotty, you can always just take the flock off and repaint it. No big deal. Yeah, I think that'll be alright, actually. And with it being black interior, it's going to be harder to see the flocking, I think. But I wanted to do it. I was very excited when the Cadillac Brougham was finished. Just gives it that extra special look, I guess. I notice it helps if you, once you apply the glue, if you let it just kind of hold it there and level out, it looks a lot, works out a lot better. Yeah. Let's throw some flock on there and see what that does. This one I probably will not squish down. There's not enough. I just let it go on there like that and hope for the best. I'm sure it'll be fine. But I think what I'll do on this one, for this video, I'll do this one side, and I'm going to let that cure, I think. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to pack it in there. Get adventurous. Because I did notice that. Yeah, that'll work out just fine. Like that. And I think what I'll do there is just call that the video, like I said, and I'll let it just kind of, that tape works out pretty handy, huh? Put this one back in your view here. And we'll see how that one turns out. That'll probably be the first one I clean the excess off and see how that looks. And I'm pretty sure the floor itself will turn out fine. That's basically the way I did the Cadillacs, and that turned out good. But it's the first time doing anything other than the tub. And the Cadillac was easier. Excuse me. It didn't have an accelerator or brake pedal or nothing like that. It was just smooth, smooth gluing. So, but anyways, like I said, I'll let them dry for a couple days, and then I'll take the excess off. And then if I like the look of that, I'll flip it over and do it on the other side. If I don't like it, I only have to fix one side. How about that? But I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.